Welcome to the Fight Forum. My name is Andre Jacobs, and UFC 259 is so ridiculous, right? Because the main event of the prelim cards features two fighters who could quite easily be the main event of a UFC Fight Night card, or at the very least make their way onto the pay-per-view portion of this event. That is how stacked UFC 259 is. But, you know, usually we don't really jump into the some of the prelims, but goddamn, Dominick Cruz versus Kenney is too good to not talk about. So that's kind of what I'm gonna do. Go figure. Right, so anyone who knows me will tell you that I am a fan of three fighters: Dominick Cruz, Cain Velasquez, and Carlos Condit. And why? It's different reasons, because there are different fighters. But obviously, we're talking about Dominick Cruz in this situation, so I'll explain to you why I'm a fan of Dominick Cruz. Back in the day, Dominick Cruz was unique. He still probably is quite unique. There are not a lot of fighters who can do what he does inside of the octagon, especially when it comes to footwork and game planning and the ability to change on the fly. He's very much the father of this division, because a lot of fighters have bitten his style or taken elements of his style and incorporated it into theirs. That's why you see a little bit of Corey Sandhagen, a little bit. TJ Dillashaw, probably, you know, I'm not sure if it was prior to that EPO, but TJ Dillashaw's got a little bit of that Dominick Cruz in him. There's a few fighters at 135 pounds who come from that sort of, who've taken from the man who was the former king of bantamweights. That was basically the reason why his style was so befuddling to the guys he was fighting, and if anything, his body was what really beat him. Yeah, he lost to Cody Garbrandt. Yeah, he probably lost to TJ Dillashaw, if we're being 100% honest, but he also suffered a fucking 1,000,001 injuries that blew his knees out and has ruined his groin and all that sort of stuff. So it's a difficult one to really sort of judge his career. I'd love to have seen his career if he wasn't so injured and what he'd have been able to achieve then. But I do think that with so many injuries and him, you know, going up in age, and I mean this with no disrespect, because as I've said before, this motherfucker is one of my favorite fighters of all time. I feel like Henry Cejudo made a blueprint on how to defeat Dominick Cruz. Now, Henry Cejudo is a special fighter, 135 pounds, and I know that's difficult for some of you to admit. It's difficult for me to admit as well, but he is. It's as simple as that. And the leg kicks that he used to defeat Dominick Cruz, to basically take away the part of his game that makes him such a special fighter, I feel like that can be replicated. Can Kenney do it? Not 100% sure. In the fight against Nathaniel Wood, which was a close fight, not necessarily a robbery, as I've heard some people say, but it was certainly a close fight. I personally had it Nathaniel Wood, but it could have gone either way depending on judges and whatnot. But there was definitely some leg kick damage there. Kenney is a very proficient fighter. I like his grappling skills. He's also pretty solid with his striking, which I wasn't really expecting against Nathaniel, but he looked pretty good in there. I think he can be a future problem. I just don't know if he's a problem yet, especially for someone like Dominick Cruz. Oh, it's a difficult one. If the fight stays standing in case he isn't able to use the same leg kicking game that Henry was able to utilize against Dominick Cruz, then it could be a difficult night for the MMA Lab bantamweight. I just don't think it will be. He is young. I imagine he's quite hungry, and this is a massive name on a massive card. And I'm just wondering if all those injuries that Cruz suffered throughout his careers are finally going to catch up to him, and that movement can't be quite the same as it used to be. It pains me to say this, because again, as I said before, he's one of my favorite fighters, but I'm gonna go with Kenney in this fight. Yeah, that feels weird to say, but I think it's the right thing to say, only because of what Henry Cejudo did in their last bout. If you like the content we're putting out, please like, subscribe, share, all that lovely stuff. And guys, if you've got any suggestions, just let us know in the comment section. We'll be more than happy to provide the entertainment and information you need for your MMA needs. Yeah, take it easy, bye.